It should be.
And it should be a class action suit, which is why I don't get where your take about the fans wanting us to kick Drake's back in. This ain't, to me, really about Drake at all.
Right. The reason why it becomes about Drake, and it should not be, is because he's the only artist named in the suit.
Do y'all think that Drake blackballed this girl from the UK nightlife scene?
No, man. No, Joe. Not necessarily.
And yeah, one day I'm going to do a video about how shrinkage is real. And there's a lot of men suffering from that. Now, we going to talk about Spotify getting sued for allegedly boosting streams for Drake before and after the beef too. I wanted to point that out. Now, this is Snoop Dogg's cousin who is suing Spotify, and I'm glad Joe Budden is talking about it because it felt like I was the only person who reported on it. I didn't see a lot of people talking about this on YouTube. So y'all make sure y'all like the video and subscribe. Let's get to it.
They expect us to trash Drake right now, and I don't think we need to.
I totally disagree. I don't think that at all. I don't think that the audience is expecting this pod to come on us trash Drake.
Okay, I could be wrong.
But if you want to trash him,
I have no desire to trash Drake. What I wanted to, so RBX, the artist, the rapper.
I'll get my shades, nigga. I ain't gonna leave you out there.
RBX is, if y'all don't know, he's a rapper, OG rapper, Death Row affiliate, wrote some really important songs, was part of The Chronic, part of a whole bunch of stuff, and he's Snoop's cousin. He sued Spotify, and the basic allegations that Spotify is complicit in the use of bots to fake streams. And in the lawsuit, they mentioned one artist as an example. That is Drake. I want to stress, Drake is not being sued. Drake is not being accused of any wrongdoing. Drake is just being used as an example to show how many streams are being produced, sometimes at things like bot farms, one of which was found in Turkey. And they're saying that maybe that a large number of the streams are faked, and it harms the other artists who are not being inflated the same way. They showed a time period from, I think it was January 2022 until September of 2025, where they were looking at just Drake's music as an example and showing these unusual inflations. For example, where somebody would be listening to Drake's music for 23 hours. And one of the major sources, just to tie this up, is
irregular listening habits.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's from what Mark is saying. The neo-geographic shit. Some of these streams are coming from places where there's no address, nobody lives.
Yep.
So
they're all using VPNs.
Yeah,
that's a big thing too.
And they're mostly tied to the free tier of Spotify, which is so there's no credit card trace or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's how they're able to finagle the system using the free tier. That's why I don't like free tiers on things. But
the free tier is not really.
It's not free, yeah.
It's not really free.
Yeah,
the free tier, that's a myth.
It is.
Right. There's no such thing as a free tier.
Right.
Explain.
Come one, come all. I don't know if I feel like it in this talk, maybe in hour two.
They're selling you more advertising. They're taking more data.
Oh, got you. But the actual patron,
the free tier
comes with a price. Paying.
I might jump out there and say it ain't too far removed from being almost as valuable as the paid tier.
Probably more.
Which is right. That's what I mean when I say because it's a hustle. And the argument is not that Spotify is necessarily making the fake streams, but they benefit so much from it that they're not.
They turn the side eye.
Yeah, because that's how they go to subscribe to advertisers and say, look at all these people we got listening. So they're incentivized to do it. The artists are incentivized not to stop it, and the only people really being harmed are people
lesser known artists.
Yeah, it's the middle class and lower artists.
How are they being harmed?
I explained this during a bunch of different times, but specifically during the Drake beef, that was one of my reasons why people might have an issue with him. Is what happens on Spotify in particular, but I think also Apple, is they essentially pool tips, meaning they take all the money from all of the streams and then look at who gets what percentage of streams and divvy up the money that way. So if someone has an artificially inflated number, they're essentially taking money out of the pockets of people with lower numbers.
That makes a ton of sense.
Which is why RBX is suing.
And that's one of the reasons I was leaving Spotify. Well, I left Spotify. You can't take my numbers, put them in a pot with everybody else's numbers, and then divvy it up equally. No, it don't work like that.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not signing up for that. If I got more numbers, I want to be paid than more of these people. I got enough numbers to be looked at in a whole different place. Don't put me in that pot. So I get the lesser. No, I understand exactly what they're saying.
According to I read some studies this morning on this, and the most reliable studies I've seen suggest that maybe 10% of all these streams are fake across the board. So that's the tune of tens of billions of dollars. So, and if a bunch of them are going to one or two artists, that's also a problem. And that's what they're finding with these farms, is that like 1% of people are accounting for it, like a disproportionate number of the streams. So
It's justifiable though.
yeah.
Then it makes sense. Because if you just had streams for Joe Blow that were just inflated, then you couldn't. It seems fake. You know what I'm saying? If it's Drake, if it's Kendrick, if it's Taylor, if it's those people that command a certain amount of streams, we're just gonna throw a $500,000 a day over there to them, and then it seems plausible.
that's not fair at all. If I'm relying on my song that I worked hard on, and you got 30 stream farms, I'm just pulling numbers out of head. 30 stream farms working 23 hours out of a day. That ain't fair at all.
True, I agree.
I think
I would want a fair shot.
But shouldn't it depend on the artist that's suing? I don't know. What's the
RBX.
RBX.
Well, they say class action suit, right?
Yeah, he's opening the door, but he wants us to become a class action.
It should be.
And it should be a class action suit, which is why I don't get where your take about the fans wanting us to kick Drake's back in. This ain't, to me, really about Drake at all.
Right. The reason why it becomes about Drake, and it should not be, is because he's the only artist named in the suit. And it's not clear from the lawsuit where they got their data from or why they only chose Drake to point to. So I think they think that we're going to make the mistake that a lot of people have made in the last 24 hours, which is to misrepresent what happened. A lot of people are saying Drake is getting sued or that Drake was caught with bots, neither of which is true. We're much more.
Well, he's not getting sued in this suit.
Yes, there's two others.
Yeah, there's some other things going on.
There's some other things, right.
Yeah.
But this one is not about Drake. It's interesting, though, and this is not a Drake diss at all. Again, it's just a matter of the chronology and the facts here, is that when Drake started to talk about UMG and bots and how they were being used potentially to harm him, there were experts who said, hey, you might not want to lift that hood up, because if you lift the hood up and start talking about who's using bots and whose streams are real and whose streams are not, you may find that there's a lot of fake ones on your side too.
That you may have no knowledge of.
But no, that's
and I don't think he does have any knowledge. I don't think Drake did anything wrong here. I just think the fact is a whole lot of people use bots. They're just part of the business.
No, I think that was his point. I think his point was, dog, when they use them for me, I know how it looks.
So yeah.
So I know that y'all using them for him because I'm the nigga that they do it for. So I can identify when it's being done. I don't think he never necessarily denied that the shit is happening out here. He was saying, like, my nigga, y'all do it for me. I'm the authority on this shit. I know how it is when an album is being pushed or with a button being pushed.
He's saying that when he did it, it wasn't at the expense of somebody else.
Yeah, that's what
That's it.
And to me, that's a
Kendrick
terrible
doing it at the
argument.
expense of him. I mean, painting him a certain way. You know, so that's.
I feel that. Well, let me say this. Let me not speak for myself. RBX is saying it is at someone else's expense because every time you get more money from these fake streams, I'm getting less.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a zero-sum game.
Makes
here.
sense.
And he's correct.
Yeah.
To what
Shout out
part?
to
And the
RBX.
way Parks explained it, that makes total sense.
And it's frustrating that everything's digital. Everything could be paid out to who it should be paid out to without doing this extra shit.
Yeah.
It's a bad business model, an unfair business model.
I only wish that the lawsuit had more names than Drake because this makes it about Drake.
True.
Again, and not about the system, not about the broken system, not about the companies, not about the thieves.
Also to that, you're pointing to the one guy who is probably most believable that all of these people fucked with those songs.
Right, because there might be somebody listening to Drake 23 hours a day, quite honestly, somewhere in the world. That ain't the craziest
But
thing.
in fairness, the
lead
only
on.
way that this gets legs is if you do that.
Right.
If he points out whoever the fuck, Ariana Grande or something like
Right.
that, this is a non-story and it gets brushed under the rug. If you
Facts.
put someone who is already having a bot conversation, people like us will talk about it.
I think he should have picked like the Taylor, Drake, and blah blah blah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You get what I'm saying?
Okay,
And
yeah,
then
that's
it would have
fair.
made it more
Right.
just to single
Make
him
it
out.
more about the company.
Yeah,
and not singling out
and
Drake.
it's easy for the miscommunication to flow because now they're going to conflate the UMG issue with the Spotify issue and all of that. It
I
just
feel like I've been saying for the last, at least since 2018, that the future is going to be filled with class action suits against the likes of a Spotify, and I won't name any other companies for now, but this ain't going to be the last of it.
Because
for
all these
sure.
tech companies are relying on inflated information and data to rise up their stock prices.
That's what I'm saying.
stock
I was about to
prices,
say
sell
that.
ads, all of that
The
shit.
inflation
It's
of the
profitable
numbers
for them to do it.
The inflation of the numbers is just to get more revenue,
Correct.
right? Like,
Correct.
it still doesn't. It doesn't say that people are listening to you, and because the payout is small, right? What is his payout like?
It's something, a fraction of a cent. Yeah.
Fraction of a penny. So
Yeah.
it's just to get them more money. I don't think it's taken away from anybody.
It's only
else.
to get more users, so it looks like your app is more viable, so
Exactly.
that more people invest, so that you get more money for the stakeholders.
Right. You're like
Shareholders.
selling the sizzle before you get the steak.
I'm such a bird. I cared way more about the Drake Gracie Bond news than this.
I don't. What's that news?
Share, Joe. Yeah, that's your bird. This is why they say that.
I'm never gonna beat the allegation, but it's okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, why?
That's what I'm here for.
Why? Yeah, why beat him?
Like if somebody else would do it, maybe I could take a back seat, but fuck it. So Gracie Bond is the OnlyFans entertainer / Instagram model.
Oh, the girl with the fat ass.
/ the girl that be on the Spanish talk show. And not the girl with the fat ass. That would be an understatement. She's went and got multiple rounds. Yeah. She prides herself off of. She used to be huge in size.
Got you. I got it.
And then she went and got 20 million surgeries, and now she looks the way she looks, and she goes around and does shit for attention with her ass.
Yes.
So she is claiming that she linked with Drake. And after
Oh, I saw this story.
she linked with Drake, and after many promises, he deaded her. And
how could he?
And in her story, has blackballed her
from the UK party scene.
From the UK, yes.
Yeah, why?
Girl, you
I'm mad
was
I saw this story. I called you a bird. I actually read every bit of this.
See?
I didn't remember her name.
Too. That's
That's
okay.
fair enough.
Mark me down with me.
It's an intellectual bird.
We can read each other's minds from separate locations.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
That is actually quite true.
But so yeah, how do we feel?
I'm sorry that she went through that.
You guys don't care.
First and foremost.
Do y'all think that Drake blackballed this girl from the UK nightlife scene?
No, man. No, Joe.
Not necessarily. It would not shock me if he was in a club one night and she was trying to get in and he was like, yo, I don't want her near me. And then she, you know, something very small could get blown up. I don't want to assume the worst about Drake.
Oh, well, I do. I 100% believe that he blackballed this big bitch from the UK night scene. Now,
I want to hear both sides.
Oh, Joe.
Now,
Well, she did.
That girl was moving around.
I
man.
also don't think there's nothing wrong with him doing that. Is that bad?
No.
It depends on what she did. You can't
Yeah.
you can't blackball somebody just because you don't fuck with them no more.
Yes, you can.
That's terrible.
People are terrible.
Yeah, I mean, you can, you shouldn't. You shouldn't do that. Now, if she was a little stalky, I'm cool.
Man, if you came over here acting dumb and acting stupid,
Gossiping,
or you
saying
did
some shit.
something, you
Knocking over
pulled the
bottles
phone
with
out,
your ass.
trying to record me. If you did, so who knows what you could have did? But
Making up lies, making up
if you
rumors
able
about
to blackball somebody in their hood,
But that's big.
go for it. Go for it.
Yo, she just can't be outside no more. That's crazy.
She can be outside.
She
but
just
I mean,
can't be inside. She can't go to the club.
He ain't doing nothing to her OnlyFans check. He ain't. She has sources of income. She's
And
still doing the Spanish news show. She ain't saying that I can't make any
She has
money.
a Spanish news show?
Yeah,
It's
and
not a
she-
news show, but it's one of them talk shows.
And she's with the streamers
You
and
really,
shit.
you really did your in-depth journalism on this.
What?
He's like, somebody's running for governor of New Jersey. But let me tell you about episode 3 of this woman.
I love you because you know you've read. You admit to reading everything. I hate you. But yeah, listen, I followed her on OnlyFans 5 rounds ago.
Oh, shit.
It was 5 rounds ago. Then you start doing too much.
Yeah.
You get addicted to it, then you belong on MTV, and now it just looks like a hot mess. But I support those girls that used to be 700 pounds, and then they went and did some shit, and now they're just 300 pounds, but they pretty in the face and suck good dick. That's bad.
No.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
I mean, best of luck to this young
Gracie
lady.
Bond.
I wouldn't have blackballed the girl.
She be with the streamers and stuff. She's still moving. I don't know what the fuck. That black bullshit doesn't mean anything. I seen her. She's her OnlyFans jumping like he said.
Yo, what's her lawsuit?
I was on it.
She doesn't
She
have
don't got a lawsuit.
I thought you said Drake.
It's just bird
No,
shit,
no,
nigga.
no. She not
this
a
is a
lawsuit.
lawsuit.
She just in interviews chatting shit.
It's the bird section ish.
Got you.
Well, best of luck in her
Best of luck.
pursuits.
That's why you got blackballed.
Why?
You in his interviews talking shit.
Okay, so I can sit here and talk about whether or not Drake's, because see, I thought this was interesting. Ish said, well, this is what Drake was talking about in the lawsuit because he knows how bots was used for him, so he could recognize how they were using bots for Not Like Us to slander him. And while I think that's true, I don't think that was the main caveat to that lawsuit on Drake's end. I think most people would agree if Drake won that beef, even if Not Like Us was super successful and Drake won the beef, he wouldn't be putting out this lawsuit. I think we can all agree on that, right? So that's not even where I want to have this conversation. I really want to talk about the struggling artists who are hurt by these streams, because when you make music, you're not even thinking about competing with your peers. You're not thinking about the guy that's getting 500 streams with you, or 200 streams, or maybe even 0. You thinking about the looming cloud that is a Drake, that is a Taylor Swift, that is a Justin Bieber, Kendrick, J. Cole, and all of their music, and you figuring out, well, how can I break through so people can see me instead of paying attention to them? By the way, I will agree that, this lawsuit doesn't really have anything to do with Drake per se. They just use Drake because, look, I know some of y'all not gonna like this, but it is a trending thing to make fun of Drake. It's a trending thing to try to bully Drake, even though I feel like bully is a little too harsh because it's Drake. He a billionaire. Like, how can you really bully somebody as successful as Drake? You know what I mean? But it is a trendy thing to put his name and stuff, so they used his name to get some clicks, and you got Joe Budden podcast talking about it. I'm talking about it. A lot of other people didn't talk about it on YouTube, but I won't quote-unquote clock that T right now. But anyway, when I said this reminds me of something, and I'm going back to the independent artists trying to get past and break through and all that other stuff. If y'all remember, this is for the real Joe Budden podcast fans. There was a big argument between Joe, Rory, and Maul back in the day on whether or not it was easier to become an artist now than it was back in the day. And I remember a lot of people were so upset because they were like, well, obviously, it's easier now. Y'all got computers. Anybody can get a microphone from Best Buy. Y'all can do this. Y'all can do that. But Joe was saying that no, because it's so easy to make music, that means the field is very crowded. And so it's harder to break through now. Even with all of the tools that we have. Well, get on TikTok. It's a lot of people on TikTok. And even me, sometimes I feel bad that I don't post on TikTok because I got like 30,000 followers on there. But I noticed, just like YouTube, just like TikTok, when I broke through, it was after I was just making hella content. And most people, they're not going to do that. They're going to make a couple of videos and they're going to quit. And that kind of goes to my point. It's so many people that people can gravitate to or listen to. It's almost like you have to be the cream of the crop to break through on any of these platforms, even if they're there and you can post your stuff to, these apps. A lot of people have tried to start a YouTube. A lot of people have tried to start a TikTok or a Spotify or, got some kind of system, because there's multiple places where you can put your music and it'll say, well, if you pay us this amount of money, you can put it on Spotify and Apple Music, and all you got to do is pay us and we'll give you a percentage of the money that it makes. It's a lot of places like that. So you can get your music on the DSPs now, but who's going to listen? And so that's why this lawsuit should be a big thing, because the struggling artist is already dealing with enough just trying to make it without the bots, without everybody cheating the system, without people buying views, without people buying plays. You go on TikTok now, see TikTok, y'all don't know, you can literally pay for views through TikTok. TikTok allows you to pay for views. YouTube does it too. Y'all remember when 6ix9ine was getting all of those views? He admitted, yeah, we was paying Google ads to promote our videos. So the system already cheating. And how many other big artists are cheating too? Ice Spice just got caught faking views on a YouTube video not too long ago, on a music video. So yeah, this is a thing that there needs to be a light shined on, because we already to the point where the AI is replacing real artists. And then you got the bots just feeding all of the big artists who might eventually become AI personalities or whatever. Eventually, we might not get no more Drake's music or Kendrick Lamar music. They might sell their, intellectual property to some AI company. And then now the AI is putting out all of the rap music and the R&B and the pop music. And so it's just almost like another way to just push out any real humans from even making music. But maybe I'm going too far in the conspiracy land. Now, let's get to some drama. The Gracie Bond situation. Miss Thick Gracie Bond. And yeah, I am familiar with her as well. I'm familiar with her work. She can play ball. She know ball. Now, I like how Joe mentioned that a lot of these girls will already be thick and then they keep adding stuff on top. And that's my thing. Like now, y'all, I'm being honest with y'all, the BBL look is not for me. I just had to say that real quick. The BBL look it's not for me. I'm sorry. Like it's like the front where the hips and the thighs don't match. It don't, like Tory Bricks, SUED, India Love. It's a few of them where it's like, whatever you did, I know other dudes like it and it look cute, but it's not for me. But especially when you already super thick, it's a couple of girls where it's like you're super duper thick, and for some reason you keep putting on extra scoops of ice cream, or at least like it seemed to me. So if anything, she should be mad at herself because she bringing down the brand. And maybe Drake, when she linked up with him, he saw that. He was like, hold on, this don't look like what I saw on Instagram. This look a little too lumpy. It was too many dents up in this thing. I'm just being real. And maybe that's why he dead as shorty. And I seen this little clip of her. She was on something like Telemundo or something like that. And it's a whole bunch of people sitting in a circle and everybody looking at her like, because it's always one girl who want to brag about messing with a celebrity. And you could tell everybody else other than the host, because the host was like, ooh, cool content. But everybody else in the room was looking like, girl, we get it. Everybody's been flew out by Drake. You know what I mean? Like every fine girl been flew out. It's some girls I can name y'all right now. We all respect. They got on that plane for Drake. We respect Rihanna. She went. Okay. Even on a lower tier, Bernice Burgos. We love and appreciate Bernice and how she handled herself in the game. But she went. So it's like who didn't go? And so she talking about, Drake has blackballed her from the UK party scene. Who cares? You don't make most of your money in the UK. I'm sure some UK OnlyFans dudes, but you make most of your money from the States. Because also where she's from, those Latin areas, whether it's Colombia, Chile, all of these other places, Dominican Republic, Mexico, they're used to those girls. Y'all got to understand that. It's just like in Africa, anybody who's light skinned is so fine. You could be my complexion. You don't even have to be Drake or Joe Budden's complexion. But it's Africa, so they don't see a lot of those guys. So down there, they see the fine little Dominican girl with the long hair and she thick and all that other stuff. She pretty, but it's a million of those every day. They pushing them out every day. So she's really bad to the Americans, and she's getting all of that attention from America. So to me, she was just clout chasing. Wherever she was blackballed from, it ain't stopping her bag. It's still a lot of people who like that look, that BBL look. And, just another chick trying to clout chase off of whatever she did with Drake. I don't know what she did, but it sounded like to me she was mad that things didn't go where she wanted it to go. It might have been a one night stand and it was over with. He might have flew her out and told somebody, hey, send her home. Send her home. That happens a lot. Dudes get you there. They see you. They send Shorty home. They won't even talk to her. This fly out life, it gets nasty. See, that's why I was telling somebody the other day, and I'm going to end it with this. Everybody talks about Rory and Mal on the podcast and how that was the best era. To me, the best era was when Marissa from Hot 97 was on the Joe Budden podcast. And she was talking about all of the times where she linked up with celebrities. And she was really giving a doorway and a look into what it's like when you link up with these celebs. And she was talking about, like, you know, she went to a room and the dude was pretending like he was on the phone and he told her, yeah, just go get naked. He didn't say nothing to her. He just told Shorty, yeah, just go get naked. You see what I'm saying? The fly out game can get nasty. Just ask Future. So y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Like the video and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.